Okay, on to the next technique, and it is a jumping front kick. Now this is a really hard technique to master. Jump and a front kick. A front kick's pretty easy, you do it in your red belt, but to land a jumping front kick with a high level of skill is quite difficult. Let's just do one first. Again, I've got focus pads on for a minute, so I don't want to look at power. Jump, front kick, nice and relaxed, bomb, like so. Now, the idea is to jump. Now, the difference between a jumping front kick and a scissor front kick is you're not scissoring, and this is where most people get this technique wrong. So a scissor front kick, boom. So knee, other leg kicks, which we've done in the other grading. But this time, you're jumping without a scissor, so it's much harder. So don't kick, just jump. That's what you've got to work on. That's the important part of the kick. So if you do this, then obviously you're not going to go very high, therefore you haven't got much time to get your kick out. So the important part is being able to get nice and high. So we're going back to the spring in your calf muscles. There's a little bit of bend and flex, but when you do this kick, what you're not going to do is go to cheat and try and get much height, because again, your opponent's going to go, where's he going? Okay, you don't want that. All right, so just a little flex. So there, with your calf muscles, push your toes through the floor and come up. Once you've got that, your knees then start coming up. So Callum's going to show you, because he can do it even better than I can. So jump, flex, knees. So what we're doing is a knees to chest, but a really high sprung knees to chest. So jump, boom. So if you do a really bad jump, just hop, like that. So there's not a lot of time in the air. There's not much height. So the higher he goes, the more time we get. Yes, it's going to take a lot of energy, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump, and then as your knees come up, again, this is a day later, but we've still not mastered levitation yet. So he's going to jump, go up in the air, he's going to lift his knees up, and then as his knees go up, he's then going to front kick. Hard to do in slow motion. Like so. Now, most of you will probably jump, throw the front kick and land on your opposite leg. So if you jump, kick and land on your back leg, boom, like so. Now, that's not incorrect. So if you do this, it's not a fail, because you're still jumping, boom, and you're landing right leg, left leg. Okay, but watch Callum, because he's got so much more height and so much more time, and he's been doing this a long time. What he can do is jump. What you'll hopefully notice is as the striking leg lands, the other leg is still tucked up. And then he's landing both feet together. Okay, that's hard. And this will take a lot of practice and a lot of jumping. Boom, like so, all right? So you can do a jumping front kick and land on your base leg, but you can see, again, it doesn't matter what grade you are, you can see that this kick, landing on one leg, is not as sharp, as strong, as high, as landing like that. Okay, so anyone can see that. Now, I'm just going to swap to a kick shield. I just wanted to show you lightly with focus pads. Again, because you're jumping, you're putting a lot more energy and a lot more drive and your body weight into the kick. So now, with a kick shield, Callum will be able to kick heavier. Again, you can see how much power he can get in this kick. Good. So if you push it in a little bit. I'm okay, I'm back. I literally went through the wall. Right, so the first couple, Callum done with his left leg, which is his weaker leg, and it was fine. Then Callum switched to his power leg, and as you can see, I then disappeared for a little bit. Okay, and now I've got a fairly decent stance. I also had a kick shield. Now, again, if we was doing this in my front room, or if you're doing it in your front room, and you've just done that, you've just hit whatever's in your front room, the sofa, the coffee table, the TV, your parent, okay? So if you are doing this in an enclosed area, please be careful. Again, if you end up smashing into a window like that, you're gonna smash the window to pieces, and then you're gonna get told off. So you've got to be careful with stuff like this if you are practicing it indoors. And even if you're doing it in a nice big gym like this, you still need to be careful, because I literally went through the fire alarm press button, which is just over there, right? So, front kick, normal front kick, scissor front kick, jumping front kick, like so. Again, if Callum uses his power leg, I'm going to brace myself a little bit harder this time. Yep. Again, if that hits my ribs, they're going to break. Like all the other jumps and spins, the downside is it takes a lot of energy, okay? So I'm not saying don't do them, and they're a great kick to do. However, you're going to start burning through a lot of energy. So at this level, that's why you need to be super fit to get to this level of grading. Again, you might be able to do it once or twice, but can you do it 10, 15, 20 times throughout the grading? Or when you're sparring, can you do it more than once? Okay, so now, just a quick recap on this, because there's quite a lot. You need to spring from your calf muscles to get some height. Once you've sprung, your knees need to come up to get some more height, but also start mechanically getting your kick ready. And by springing and lifting your knees up, that's going to help you go up, not stay down. Once your knees have come up, you're then going to push the kick out for the front kick. And again, if you're doing this, just be careful. It's a powerful kick. Boom. So that was Callum being nice. I thought he was going to kick me across the room. And again, good. And then if you're going to land on one leg, that's not a problem. It's just not as good as landing on both feet together. So again, very difficult kick to do. Go and practice. The biggest part of that kick is the spring and the knee lift. Go and have a practice, have some fun with it. Try not to kill anyone in your front room if you're doing it at home, and then we'll see you in the next video.